Have you ever sat down in your favorite chair, just for a minute, after lunch and the next thing you know, it's almost 4 p.m.? The TV's still on, the daylight is fading, and you wake up with a heavy head, a dry mouth, and that foggy feeling you just can't shake. You didn't mean to fall asleep, it just happened. For many older adults, these daytime naps begin as a small comfort, a little break, a way to rest a tired body. But slowly, quietly, they start to take more than they give. You feel drained during the day, yet restless at night. You fall asleep during your favorite show, but lie awake when the world finally goes quiet. This isn't about guilt. It's not about blame. It's about something deeper. Your body's way of whispering that it's out of rhythm. And when we don't listen, those whispers grow louder. Daytime sleepiness can signal bigger issues beneath the surface, from hidden sleep disorders to subtle shifts in brain health. We're not here to scare you. We're here to help you see the full picture, gently, clearly, and with love. Because good sleep isn't just about how many hours you get. It's about when you get them. And when your days and nights start to blur, your entire system can fall out of sync. So in this video, we'll walk you through 6 important reasons why daytime sleep might be silently stealing your energy, and how to take back control, one simple change at a time. If you've been feeling more tired than usual, if you've lost your spark, if your nights feel too long and your days too short, stay with us. There's real hope ahead. 1. Daytime naps that disrupt your internal clock. The afternoon sun is warm on your face. The television hums softly in the background, and your eyes shut without warning. You didn't plan to nap, but it's happened more than once this week. You wake up an hour later, a little disoriented, your thoughts tangled in sleep. The day feels out of reach now, and when bedtime comes, sleep stays just out of grasp. This is more common than you might think. Many older adults find themselves napping in the afternoon, not because they're lazy or uninterested in their day, but because their body's internal clock has lost its sense of timing. You see, your body runs on a rhythm, a quiet, steady pattern known as the circadian rhythm. It's like a conductor guiding your sleep, your wakefulness, your energy, and even your mood. But when you regularly drift off during the day, especially in the late afternoon, that rhythm begins to shift. Your body becomes confused about when it's truly time to sleep. So by the time night falls, your system isn't ready to rest. It's wide awake, unsettled, and out of sync. It's not just about missing out on a good night's sleep. It's about how you feel the next day. That grogginess in the morning? That sensation of walking through fog? It's often the body trying to reset itself, unsure of when it should be resting or alert. Fortunately, there's a silver lining. Your rhythm isn't broken. It just needs a little help getting back on track. Try creating a wake-up window for the afternoon, a gentle boundary to honor your body's natural energy cycle. If you feel the urge to nap, aim to do so before 2 p.m. and try to keep it under 30 minutes. A short nap can refresh you without tipping your clock out of balance. It might take a little time to adjust, but you'll likely notice the difference. More clarity in the evenings, a smoother transition to sleep at night, and a deeper, more restful rest that carries you into the next morning. And if you've gotten used to longer naps because your nights feel broken, know this: you're not failing. You're not doing anything wrong. Your body is simply asking for structure, for kindness, for rhythm. And with a few small changes, you can begin to feel steady again. You're not alone in this. Many older adults across the U.S. are finding that just a few mindful choices during the day can lead to profound improvements at night. It's not about giving up comfort or rest. It's about giving yourself the kind of rest that restores you. So the next time you feel your eyelids growing heavy mid-afternoon, take a breath. Ask yourself, do I need a quick rest? Or is my body craving something deeper, more intentional? If this message resonated with you, share it with someone who might need it. And don't forget to subscribe for more simple, senior-focused tips that help you feel your best. 2. How daytime sleep hides signs of depression or loneliness. You're not especially tired, but the day stretches long ahead of you, quiet and still. You sit in your favorite chair, remote in hand or book in your lap, and slowly, the urge to do anything fades. You're not sleepy in the way you used to be after a long walk or a busy morning. It's something else, something heavier. So you close your eyes, not because your body is exhausted, but because your spirit is. For many older adults, daytime sleep doesn't come from physical fatigue. It comes from a lack of purpose, connection, or joy. It becomes easier to slip into a nap than to face the long, silent hours of the afternoon. Easier to sleep than to acknowledge the loneliness quietly building up inside. The researchers found a strong link between excessive napping and emotional withdrawal in older adults. They weren't just looking at sleep patterns. They were uncovering stories of loss, isolation, and quiet suffering. And while daytime sleep might feel like a comfort, it can often cover up what the heart is really feeling. Sometimes it's not your body that's tired. It's your heart that needs care. This doesn't mean you're broken. It doesn't mean you've done anything wrong. It means you've lived long enough to know that life changes. And sometimes, those changes come with silence, solitude, and an ache we don't quite know how to name. But the beauty is, even the smallest moments can begin to shift that. A 5-minute phone call with someone who makes you laugh. A walk outside, just to feel the sun on your skin. A kind word shared at the grocery store. A notebook where you write down one thought each morning. These are not grand gestures. They are lifelines. Quiet reminders that you still matter. That your presence still brings something to the world, even if your days look different now than they once did. When you begin to bring even a little intention back into your days, something else starts to happen. Your sleep, especially at night, starts to feel more balanced. You wake up with a little more energy, a little more focus, because your rest is no longer a way to escape. It's a way to renew. So if you find yourself dozing off out of boredom, sadness, or emotional heaviness, pause. Not to judge yourself, but to notice. To ask gently, is there something my heart needs right now? Because you are not invisible. You are not forgotten. Your story still has chapters to be written, and your days still hold the power to surprise you. You matter, and you are not alone. 3. The link between daytime napping and cognitive decline. It often starts subtly. A friend you've known for years begins repeating the same story twice in one conversation. They laugh it off. I just woke up from a nap, my brain's still foggy. But deep down, you feel a quiet concern. They've been napping more lately. Not just for a few minutes, but long stretches in the afternoon. At first it seemed harmless, maybe even healthy. But now you wonder, could too much daytime sleep be doing more harm than good? It's a question many older adults and caregivers are starting to ask, and research is offering some important answers. A study from the University of California, San Francisco, found that older adults who took longer or more frequent daytime naps had a significantly higher risk of developing Alzheimer's disease and other forms of dementia. These weren't just occasional naps, but a consistent pattern, extra sleep that quietly edged into the territory of cognitive disruption. Why does this happen? It helps to understand that the brain thrives on stimulation, just like muscles need movement to stay strong. Long or frequent naps can reduce exposure to meaningful activity, natural light, conversation, and physical movement, all of which are essential for keeping the mind sharp. On a biological level, extended sleep during the day may interfere with oxygen circulation and reduce brain activity, which over time can dull memory, focus, and alertness. But here's the reassuring part. This isn't about eliminating rest. It's about finding the right balance. Your brain doesn't need pressure. It needs gentle, consistent engagement. A simple walk around the block where you notice the color of the sky. A crossword puzzle you enjoy, even if you don't finish it. A conversation with someone who knows how to make you smile. These small, joyful acts invite your mind to stretch, breathe, and stay alive in the most vibrant way. You don't need to fear the occasional nap. A short rest after lunch, especially if your night was restless, can still be a helpful reset. But if naps are growing longer, more frequent, or harder to wake from, consider it a quiet signal. Not a sign of failure, but a call to reawaken your days with a bit more purpose and variety. The brain, even in its later decades, is capable of incredible resilience. And that's the part many people forget. Cognitive decline is not inevitable. With care, attention, and daily stimulation, your mind can remain curious, active, and full of stories to tell. You are not losing yourself. You're simply being invited to care for your mind with the same tenderness you'd offer someone you love. Because your thoughts matter, your memories matter, and every day you choose to stay engaged, you remind the world, and yourself, that the light inside you still burns bright. 4. How daytime sleep disrupts heart health. You wake up from an afternoon nap, the house still and quiet, but your chest feels different. Not painful exactly, just off, a little heavy. Maybe your heart is beating faster than usual. You sit there in the silence, waiting for the rhythm to settle, wondering why something as simple as a nap left you feeling so uneasy. Moments like this are more common than you might think. For older adults especially, long or frequent daytime naps aren't always the gift of rest they appear to be. Sometimes, they disrupt the body's natural flow, and your heart, that faithful and often overlooked engine, can start to feel the consequences. It all ties back to rhythm. Just like music needs a steady beat, your heart relies on daily patterns to stay strong. But when those rhythms are off, when sleep at night is restless and long naps dominate the day, your cardiovascular system can get confused. Blood pressure fluctuates, circulation slows. Your body shifts into a lower gear when it should be energized and moving. Science has started to echo what many people feel in their bodies. Researchers have found that excessive daytime sleeping, especially in older adults, can increase the risk of heart disease and stroke. Why? Because daytime inactivity lowers your metabolism, reduces blood oxygen flow, and encourages sedentary habits that place strain on the heart over time. But this doesn't mean naps are your enemy. The heart isn't asking you to push harder. It's asking you to move gently, consistently, and with intention. Even 10 minutes of light stretching in the morning can help. A slow walk down the driveway while the sun warms your face. Gentle movements that get your blood flowing again. These are quiet victories. Your heart responds to them like a flower turning toward the light. And the beauty of it? You don't need a gym or perfect weather or big goals. You just need to begin. Your body already knows how to move. It's been doing it for decades. And though it may be slower now, it's still capable of building a rhythm that protects you, energizes you, and reminds you that you're alive. Not just surviving, but thriving. So if your naps are starting to stretch longer than they should, if you feel sluggish after them or notice your heart reacting, it may be time to bring back more structure to your days. A gentle routine, a reason to rise, a rhythm your heart can count on. Because your heart doesn't want perfection, it wants presence. And when you offer it that, through movement, through breath, through balance, it shows up for you in return. Quietly, faithfully, beat after beat. If you've made it this far, I hope this has given you some clarity and reassurance about how daytime sleep affects health in seniors. If you found this helpful, please consider subscribing and share it with someone who might benefit from this guidance. Now, let's keep going. 5. The vicious cycle: sleep, nutrition, and energy. It often starts the same way. You finish your lunch, something warm, filling, maybe a bit heavy. You sit down just to rest your eyes for a moment. And before you know it, you've drifted off. The sun moves across the sky, the day slips away, and you wake up groggy, stiff, and strangely more tired than before. This isn't laziness. It's not a lack of willpower or discipline. It's biology. And for many older adults, it's the beginning of a cycle that quietly chips away at energy, nutrition, and quality sleep, without ever making a loud entrance. What's happening inside your body is simpler than it seems. After a heavy, carb-rich meal, like pasta, white bread, or sugary snacks, your blood sugar rises quickly. Then it drops. That sharp dip is what often causes the crash. Your eyes grow heavy, your limbs slow down, and your brain starts craving rest. And when naps become routine after these meals, your body starts to expect them, even when you don't actually need the sleep. The tricky part? Those long, post-lunch naps push your nighttime sleep further away. You lie awake later than you'd like. You don't sleep as deeply. And when the sun comes up, you don't feel refreshed. You feel foggy. So you reach for more food to perk you up. And the cycle continues. But here's the good news. Small changes can quietly, powerfully turn this around. Try making lunch your lightest meal, not your heaviest. Add in more protein, like eggs, chicken, or beans, and fiber, like leafy greens or whole grains. These help keep your blood sugar steady, so you don't get that crash that pulls you toward the couch. And don't forget hydration. Dehydration often mimics fatigue, especially in seniors. A glass of water or herbal tea with lunch can make a bigger difference than you think. This doesn't mean you need to give up comfort food or follow strict rules. It simply means noticing how you feel, paying attention to what your body is asking for, not just in the moment, but later in the day. Does that plate of pasta fuel you, or does it slow you down? Does a walk after lunch leave you lighter and more clear-headed than a nap? You deserve energy that lasts, not energy that fades and has to be chased. You deserve meals that lift you, not meals that weigh you down. And the beauty of aging is that you know your body better than anyone else. Trust that wisdom. Use it to guide small, loving changes that serve the life you want to keep living. Because it's not just about staying awake. It's about staying connected to your day, to your purpose, and most of all, to yourself. 6. When daytime sleep steals from nighttime peace. The day felt quiet, peaceful even. You had your lunch, sat by the window, maybe read a few pages of a book, and before you realized it, you nodded off. Just a short nap, you told yourself. Just enough to take the edge off. But now, here you are. It's 2 a.m. The house is still. The clock ticks loud, and sleep won't come. It's one of the most frustrating feelings in the world. You're tired, but not sleepy. Your mind drifts from worry to memory and back again. You shift your legs, fluff the pillow, try every position you can think of. And still, the rest you crave keeps slipping further away. This isn't your fault. And you're certainly not alone. What many older adults don't realize is that even a nap that feels innocent, especially one taken late in the day, can quietly rob your body of the deeper, healing rest it's supposed to get at night. Elaine, 77, from Ohio, used to call her late afternoon dozes her sunset moments. She'd curl up in her recliner around 5 p.m. and drift off while watching TV. But over time, she started waking up at 3 a.m., wide-eyed and wired, unable to fall back asleep until just before dawn. "I didn't understand why I was so restless," she said. "Turns out I was borrowing sleep from the wrong end of the day." Here's what happens. Your body runs on an internal clock, your circadian rhythm. It counts on cues like light, movement, and sleep to keep your systems in sync. But when you nap too late or too long, especially in the late afternoon or evening, your body gets confused. It starts to think it's already had its rest. And when bedtime arrives, it doesn't send the right signals to help you wind down. Even more importantly, daytime sleep doesn't offer the same kind of rest as nighttime sleep. It skips over the vital stages, like REM and deep sleep, that your brain and body rely on to repair, refresh, and reset. So while a nap might feel comforting in the moment, It can actually cheat you of the peace you need most, peace that comes when the world is quiet and you are truly at rest. But there's a gentle way back to balance. Try setting a consistent bedtime, one that feels natural to your body. Before bed, create calming cues. Dim the lights, turn off screens, perhaps sip some warm herbal tea. Let your body start recognizing these as signals to begin slowing down. And most importantly, if you do feel the need to nap during the day, keep it short, 20 to 30 minutes, and ideally before 2 p.m. Think of it as teaching your body a new rhythm, or maybe just reminding it of an old one. A rhythm that says, day is for energy, night is for rest. Because you deserve more than sleep. You deserve restoration. You deserve nights that feel soft and safe, and mornings that feel clear and calm. Reclaiming your sleep is not about giving anything up. It's about giving yourself back the peace you've earned, one night at a time. 7. Troubleshooting. What if you have to nap? Some days, the fatigue just takes over. It doesn't matter how well you slept the night before or how carefully you planned your day. The wave of tiredness comes anyway. Sometimes after a meal, sometimes mid-morning, sometimes without warning. And in those moments, your body isn't asking for discipline. It's asking for compassion. The truth is, for many older adults in the U.S., napping isn't just a luxury. It's sometimes a necessity. Certain medications, chronic health conditions, or even simple aging can bring on unexpected fatigue. And forcing yourself to push through can make things worse. You might feel dizzy, irritable, or even unsafe on your feet. So let's clear something up. Needing a nap doesn't mean you're failing. It means you're listening to your body. And there's a smart, gentle way to do it. When the need to nap arises, the key is to nap with intention. Try limiting your rest to around 20 minutes. That sweet spot where you can restore energy without slipping into the deep stages of sleep that make waking up harder. The best time for this kind of nap is early afternoon, ideally between 12 and 2 p.m. That window allows you to recharge without interfering too much with your nighttime rhythm. And where you nap matters just as much as when. Rather than lying down in your bed, where your brain associates the environment with long, deep sleep, choose a comfortable chair or recliner. Let some natural light remain in the room. Consider leaving on a soft background sound, like gentle music or ambient nature noise. These cues remind your body that this is a short break, not bedtime. Still, if you find yourself needing naps more often, or waking up from them feeling worse, groggier, more confused, or still deeply tired, it might be worth talking to your doctor. Sometimes excessive fatigue points to something deeper, like sleep apnea, depression, or nutritional deficiencies. A caring conversation can uncover solutions that help you feel stronger and more alert overall. You can nap wisely and still sleep well at night. This isn't about cutting out comfort. It's about using it well. Think of your nap as a tool, not a trap. Something that works for you, not against you. Because your energy matters, your clarity matters, and your days and nights should belong to you fully and joyfully. You're not trying to avoid rest. You're learning to protect it. You don't have to live in a fog of fatigue. Even if daytime naps have become a regular part of your routine, they don't have to steal your energy, your clarity, or your peaceful nights. With just a few thoughtful changes, shorter naps, gentler meals, small moments of connection, you can begin to feel the difference almost right away. You can wake up feeling clear, move through the day with purpose, and fall asleep at night without tossing and turning. Because here's the truth. Your body still wants to thrive. It hasn't given up. It's just been trying to find balance in a rhythm that's gotten slightly off track. And now, you have the knowledge and the power to gently guide it back. This isn't about cutting things out of your life. It's about bringing more life into each moment. More light, more rest when it matters, more connection, more calm. The small steps you take today can help you feel more like yourself again. not just surviving your days, but living them fully. So, what speaks to you the most? Will you try the 20-minute nap window tomorrow? Maybe adjust your lunch just a little, or take a short morning walk before your day begins. Start with what feels doable, build slowly, and don't forget, you're not doing this alone. Tell us in the comments, which of these tips will you try first? And if this video helped you understand your body's needs a little better, share it with someone you care about, someone who might be napping too much too. You never know who might need to hear it. And if you'd like more gentle, science-backed tips for feeling your best as you age, make sure to subscribe so you never miss a new video. We're here for you, every step of the way. Your energy matters, your sleep matters, and you absolutely deserve to feel good again.